Exploring your individual experiences of race can take a lot of time with different approaches. For me, personal experience of race hits home the most within the subject of interracial couples. There are many people that do not speak of this topic when in fact it can be difficult for some to date outside of their own race. This may stem from a strong family belief of staying within your own race, or this can stem from a fear of not knowing how you may be perceived by a potential partner, or even how outsiders may react to the coupling of two individuals of different races. Regardless, a personal experience of race intersects different areas of concern that lead to the questioning of interracial couples. If you are not questioning the topic, you would not have viewed this digital story today. My personal interracial coupling experience began at work last year when I began talking to an African American man outside of my department. We became friends, and he would walk me to my car every day, and we would talk about anything and everything under the sun. One day, we had lunch, and things went from there. We have kept our relationship a secret at work due to not upsetting our bosses. But one night we were discussing the topic, and he also mentioned that he would not bring up this topic at work due to us being different races. Eventually, we began to meet each other's friends and family members who had saddened looks upon their faces when being introduced and obviously not being from the same race. My friends thought it was interesting, I being half Cuban and half Italian, bringing around an African American man. His friends thought it was different, and some even told me it is not expected for him to bring me around in this manner. Eventually, things grew difficult to discuss, because this topic brought along strong feelings and concern and would ruin date night at hand or even just a simple discussion. But this is not abnormal for other interracial couples to experience because outside influences tend to bleed into the relationship very quickly. Numerous studies have been done on the topic and what people think about interracial coupling. From the University of Washington researcher Allison Skinner uncovers, quote, "It shows that people show some level of disgust based on the national polls showing that everything is fine," end quote. This was a study on seeing interracial couple photos on social media. This was traced to activity of the brain when participants in a study were shown different engagement photos of interracial couples and non-interracial couples. The insula, a part of the brain triggering disgust reactions, was highly active when seeing interracial couple photos appear. In this image, you can see how more people are becoming more accepting and approving of interracial coupling and marriages. However, even if both partners are completely okay with dating interracially, age, family, friends, and experience of culture can sometimes conflict when stepping outside of your race. Culturally, certain beliefs or ways of living vary among races, and when dating, you should adapt to these changes or compromise. Family and friends' opinions in an attempt to protect you may also end up hurting you or showing true colors of others, no pun intended. It is interesting to note that interracial marriage was illegal until the 1960s, and many still have tainted views of this idea today. Nevertheless, the perception of interracial couples depends on whom you are with and whom you are asking an opinion of. Regardless, it is about how you feel with your partner and no one else. As for my personal experience, it is still a somewhat sensitive thing to discuss, but we have been more open to discussing things that bother us. Things ranging from when we do not like the other to cook, to things like looks we get when we go out holding hands. As for commentary brought on by people we truly care about, we have grown to realize some of those comments stem from their own personal beliefs that really hinder them seeing our relationship separately from their own beliefs. Interracial couples have an uphill battle, but when it is worth the wait, you know it is truly worth the fight to ensure a strong and healthy relationship. And remember the old saying that love is blind.